At the beginning of the film, we are introduced to two conmen friends named Henry and Leo, who make their living by tricking people. When they learn that King Arthur of the Kingdom of Ambria has invited princes from all neighboring kingdoms for the swayamvar of his daughter, the two decide to travel to Ambria with the intention of scamming the king. On the way, the long-haired Leo says to Henry, "If the princess chooses you, we'll get a lot of wealth, and even if she doesn't, we'll steal treasure from the palace and escape. But this time, don't mess anything up, because the last time we tried to scam a king, you fell in love with his daughter. We barely escaped with our lives." Henry replies, "Yes, this time I'll be careful." Then the scene shifts to the young Princess Lily of Ambria, who is sitting near a dark, mysterious forest far from the palace, staring at it with great curiosity. Suddenly, she sees a strange glowing light inside the forest, and her horse gets frightened and runs back toward the palace. So Princess Lily also returns to the palace along with the horse. Meanwhile, Henry and Leo reach the gates of Ambria's royal castle while planning their scheme. Princes from different kingdoms are entering the castle in their royal carriages. Seeing the opportunity, the two friends cling to the bottom of one of the carriages and reach the palace gate. There, a prince sitting inside the carriage begins introducing himself to the guard. Taking advantage of the moment, Henry steps out and tells another guard, "We're about to play a betting game. If you punch my companion in the stomach and knock him down, I'll give you 100 gold coins." The greedy guard focuses entirely on punching Leo's stomach, but it has no effect on Leo, who always wears a metal shield under his clothes. While the guard is distracted, Henry sneaks into the carriage and steals some royal clothes and a crown. After tricking the guard, the two enter the palace grounds. At the same time, Princess Lily, who has just returned from near the forest, is also there. Henry looks at Lily longingly, but Leo arrives and drags him away to get changed into the stolen clothes. Meanwhile, Lily's bodyguard comes to her and asks, "Did you secretly go alone again near that dark forest?" Lily makes an excuse and says, "I just went out for a walk." The bodyguard replies, "Your father, King Arthur, is very angry about this." Just then, King Arthur arrives and angrily calls Lily and the bodyguard to the court. He says to Lily, "I have told you many times not to go near that dark forest, but you always ignore my words." Lily responds, "I didn't go inside the forest. I was only picking flowers in the field outside it." Hearing this, the king says, "You shouldn't go near that forest at all. That's why I appointed a bodyguard to stay with you." But even he failed to keep an eye on you. Lily defends him. "Father, it's not the bodyguard's fault. I tricked him and went out alone." Then King says, "Don't make this mistake again. And today, princes from different kingdoms have come for your elder sister's swayamvar. Whoever wins the competition, I will marry your sister Jennifer to him." After a short while, all the princes gather. The king tells them, "There will be 3 competitions in this swayamvar. Only the one who wins all 3 will marry my daughter Jennifer." Hearing this, all the princes excitedly prepare themselves. Then the king asks each prince to introduce himself. When he reaches Henry, Leo quickly speaks up. "This is the famous Prince Henry of Paris. He has won many great battles." Everyone, including the king, is surprised because no one has heard of any such kingdom. So Henry continues the lie and says, "Your Majesty, our kingdom is across the sea. That's why none of you have heard of it." After all introductions are done, the first competition begins. The princes must arm wrestle Jennifer. First, Andy, the Prince of the North, arm wrestles Jennifer, but Jennifer, who is physically strong, defeats him easily. After that, Eric, the Prince of the South, arm wrestles her. He is quite strong, so he manages to defeat Jennifer. Watching all this, Henry looks towards Lily standing in the court. Their eyes meet and both of them smile, as if they liked each other at first sight. Then Jennifer asks, "Who will come next?" Everyone points towards Henry, so Henry steps forward. At first, Jennifer starts overpowering him, but just before she can push his hand down completely, Henry cleverly pricks her with a bird's feather hidden in his other hand, which Jennifer panics for a moment, and Henry takes advantage of it, slamming her hand down and winning the match. But no one notices his trick. Then King happily congratulates him and says, "The second competition will begin shortly. Until then, you may all rest." Henry starts walking toward his room, but in the palace corridor, Lily stops him and says, "I saw you. You tricked my sister with that feather." Henry replies, "Yes, because I don't intend to marry your sister. Actually, I like you." Lily says, "I like you too, but I don't know anything about you." She then takes Henry to the roof of the palace. There, Henry shows her a coin and says, "This coin belongs to my kingdom." Lily has no idea that he is a con man, so she believes him. She then opens her heart and tells him, "I am the daughter of the king's second wife, while my sister Jennifer is the daughter of his first wife." Henry sympathizes with her, but out of fear of losing her, he doesn't reveal the truth about himself. Just then, the king arrives and says, "The second competition is beginning. You both need to be in the court." So Henry and Lily return to the hall. There, Jennifer announces, "For the second competition, each of you must recite a riddle poem praising me." The Prince of the North tries first, but while reciting, his hand accidentally reaches toward the king's special golden ball. The king shouts angrily, "This golden ball is extremely precious. No one is allowed to touch it." Everyone looks at that golden ball with surprise. Then it's Henry's turn. He recites a riddle poem that Jennifer likes, but in Henry's heart, the poem is meant for Lily, and Lily realizes it. Even Leo starts doubting Henry, thinking that Henry is beginning to like Lily instead of Jennifer. After that, Jennifer tells the remaining princes, "Prepare yourselves for the final competition, which will be held 2 days from now." Back in the room, Leo angrily says to Henry, "We came here to win Jennifer's swayumvar and make some money, and you've gone and fallen for her younger sister, refusing to marry Jennifer. Now the swayumvar is useless." Henry replies, "I like Lily." Hearing this, Leo says, "Don't forget, you're not a prince. Forget Lily, and listen to my second plan. We'll steal that special golden ball from the king's court and escape, because even if you win the third competition, you'll get neither the princess nor the treasure." Henry says, "Perhaps you didn't listen carefully to the king. That golden ball is very precious to him. Stealing it could be dangerous." Leo replies, "This is the plan for now, and we have to act fast." Finally, unwillingly, Henry goes with Leo to steal the ball. There, a guard is standing watch. To distract him, Henry pretends to be drunk and falls to the ground, calling the guard over under the pretext of needing help. Seeing this, Leo follows the plan and cuts the rope of a chandelier with candles hanging above so that it will fall on the guard. As the guard falls, Leo takes advantage of the moment to grab the golden ball and, together with Henry, escapes from the palace. But before they can fully exit the palace grounds, Princess Lily arrives and asks Henry, "Why are you leaving at this hour?" Henry replies, "Because I already told you I don't want to marry your sister, and I like you." Hearing this, Lily says, "If that's the case, take me with you. I also want to see the world outside." Henry pauses for a moment, thinking. Then Lily notices a pouch with a golden ball in Henry's hand and asks, "What's inside this?" Henry doesn't answer and tries to hide the pouch, but this makes Lily suspicious, and she tries to grab it. In their struggle, the golden ball falls out of the pouch onto the ground. Seeing this, the princess realizes that these two must be thieves. She shouts for the guards and picks up the golden ball, but as soon as Lily holds it, a magical light comes from the golden ball and begins showing her something. Meanwhile, Henry and Leo, realizing their secret has been exposed, try to escape on horseback, but by then the guards catch them. The next day, the king locks the golden ball inside a box and places it in the palace treasury, while Leo and Henry, who were captured, are brought before the public for punishment. The king, along with his 2 daughters and the visiting princes, comes out on the palace balcony and addresses everyone. These two not only lied, but also tried to steal our most precious heritage. Therefore, they will receive a punishment that has never been given to anyone before. Disheartened, Henry looks toward Lily, but Lily is angry because of his lies and deceit, so she does not show him any mercy. Finally, the king orders that both of them be left in the dangerous, mysterious forest, so the guards take both men toward the forest. Before leaving, Henry throws his coin hard, and it falls near the window of the princess's room. A little while later, the bodyguard and the commander take both men to the edge of the forest. The bodyguard says, "This forest does not allow everyone to enter, and even if someone enters, there is no guarantee that he will ever return." Hearing this, both of them become frightened, but the commander aims his arrow and forces them toward the forest. Surprisingly, both actually manage to enter the forest. They are already very scared. The mysterious atmosphere of the forest increases their fear even more. After going a little further, they see a snake and get startled, but instead of falling, they float into some mysterious area. When they regain awareness, they find themselves hanging upside down inside an old hut. In front of them stands a strange girl who seems to have been performing some magical experiment. Seeing this, Henry asks, "Who are you?" The girl replies, "I am Shishi, granddaughter of the jungle's king magician Tylan. How dare you enter our jungle?" The two of them explain everything that has happened so far. Shishi listens and then lets them down. On the other hand, standing on the palace roof, Lily says to Jennifer, "That golden ball was trying to show and tell me something. What exactly is inside it?" Jennifer replies, "I don't know. Your mother and mine were different, and that golden ball is related to your mother." Back in the forest, Shishi says to Henry, "I am not as skilled in magic as my grandfather, but I am trying my best to learn." Leo says, "How can we trust you?" So Shishi waves her hand and makes a candle float in the air. But because her magic is weak, she fails to control it, and the chandelier falls down. Shishi feels embarrassed by this. Meanwhile, Lily finds Henry's coin. She tells her bodyguard, "I should have forgiven Henry, because I too had begun to fall in love with him." But the bodyguard replies, "Nothing can be done now," and he warns her, "Do not even think of going near the forest." However, Lily secretly mixes sleeping medicine in the bodyguard's drink. When he falls asleep, she goes into a hidden room, takes the golden ball, mounts her horse, and secretly leaves the palace heading toward the forest. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Shishi says to Henry, "To help you, I'm preparing a magical brew from the spell book. Once you drink it, you'll gain the strength of a bear, and you'll be able to go back and meet Lily." Hearing this, Henry asks, "Will it really work?" Shishi replies, "There's no guarantee. I'm still learning." But Henry doesn't care. He's ready to take the risk. Shishi prepares the brew, gives it to Henry, and says, "To check if it worked, try lifting this tree." When Henry tries to lift the tree, he fails. Seeing this, Shishi says, "Maybe the potion won't work just like this. A spell has to be recited along with it. Let me find it in the book." She goes inside her hut to look for the spell. As soon as she finds something, she places her hand on Henry's head and mutters a chant, and Henry turns into a frog. Seeing this, Leo gets angry and shouts, "Shishi, what have you done?" Shishi says, "These spells aren't easy to read. I must have recited the wrong one." Leo says, "Then change him back into a human." But Shishi replies, "I don't know the magic to reverse this. Now he'll only turn human again if a girl who loves him kisses him, or if he is on the verge of death." Hearing this, Leo becomes worried and says, "Then we have to take him back to the princess." Shishi says, "Yes, pick him up right now or he'll get lost." But Frog Henry starts hopping around the jungle. When he sees a snake, he panics and jumps his way out of the jungle entirely. By this time, Princess Lily has also reached the edge of the forest while searching for Henry. She holds up the golden ball and says, "Show me the way to Henry." The golden ball glows and points toward the forest. Meanwhile, Frog Henry, excited to speak to her, leaps toward the princess. Startled, Lily falls backward, and the golden ball slips from her hand and drops into a puddle. Feeling sad, Lily tells the frog, "If you take the golden ball out of the water, I will fulfill one wish of yours." Henry wants to tell her that he is Henry, but he fears she won't believe him, and if she gets angry, she might throw him back into the jungle. So he stays quiet, jumps into the puddle, and brings the golden ball back out. Just as Lily picks it up, her bodyguard arrives and, following the king's orders, forcefully takes her back to the palace. As soon as they leave, an albatross swoops down, grabs the frog, and flies off with Leo and Shishi, who are searching for Henry, see the albatross. To save him, Shishi uses her magic to attack the bird, making it drop the frog near the palace lake. At the lake, a fisherman who is catching fish sees something falling from above. He throws his net and pulls Henry the frog out. The frog says, "I am the younger princess's friend. Please take me to her." The fisherman is shocked and sends a message to the palace. Hearing about it, the king tells his minister, "Bring that frog to me." The fisherman brings the frog. Everyone is shocked to see a frog speaking like a human. The king asks, "How do you know my daughter?" The frog says, "I took her golden ball out of the water, and in return she promised to fulfill one wish of mine." Hearing this, the king asks Lily, "Is this true?" Lily says, "Yes." The king then asks the frog, "So what is your wish?" The frog says, "I want to live with the princess always." This sounds strange to the king, but he tells Lily, "If you made such a promise, you must keep it." Meanwhile, while searching for Henry, Shishi and Leo disguise themselves as palace kitchen workers and secretly enter the palace kitchen. Meanwhile, Lily is sitting sadly in front of her mother's picture. The king tells her, "Your mother came from the mysterious forest. She was Talon's daughter. When I fell in love with her, Talon disliked it and took away her powers. But your mother did not leave me. Because of that, Talon became angry and forbade me from entering the forest and cut all ties with your mother. At that time, the only thing your mother had left from the forest was the golden ball, and when she gave birth to you, she died. Whatever power she still had left went into that ball. Since then, I've kept the golden ball with me, so Talon cannot harm you. That is why I never allow you to go near the forest." Hearing this, Lily says, "I never got my mother's love, but now don't stop me from getting Henry's love, because he is also in that forest." The king replies, "We will think about it." At night, when the princess is asleep, Frog Henry goes near her and thinks, "I wish Lily would kiss me herself." But as soon as Lily opens her eyes and sees the frog close to her, she panics and throws him away. The frog hits the wall and is pushed to the brink of death. Because he is now close to dying, he returns to his human form. Seeing this, Lily runs to him trying to wake him up, but Henry does not open his eyes. The king also arrives there with his guards. Then Shishi says, "Now even your kiss cannot help him." Hearing this, Lily says, "Who are you, and can you save him?" Shishi replies, "I am the sorcerer's granddaughter, but I do not have the magic to fix this." Seeing his daughter in grief, the king takes everyone to the edge of the forest and calls out to the sorcerer, "Forget our enmity and allow us to enter the forest. Your granddaughter loves Henry, and today his life is at stake." Because of the king's plea, a bright light spreads across the forest, and they all enter and reach the tree where the sorcerer lives. The sorcerer comes out of the tree and says, "This happened because of my granddaughter's wrong spell. There is only one way to fix this, the golden ball." Everyone is shocked. The sorcerer takes the golden ball, rotates it, and the remaining power of Lily's mother comes out of it and heals Henry completely. Now, the enmity between the king and the sorcerer ends as well. The sorcerer forgives his granddaughter and restores the forest to its lush green form. After this, Henry marries Lily and Jennifer marries the Prince of the Southern Kingdom. And this is how the fantasy film comes to an end. So friends, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. I'll see you in the next recap. Until then, take care. Bye.